what it do is poppin', Silly TV. It's who you watching, back at it again with another video. Today, man, we gonna be yapping. I'm about to say we gonna be yapping a little bit. As by the title of this video, why about my gun and what you may hear when you buy your gun. Just to jump into it, I don't like to ramble too much, even though I do. As stated in the last video, if you didn't go watch it now. Make sure you like that video, go comment, and subscribe if you're new. It means a lot. If you haven't watched that video, I talked about basically like why I got the gun, what I liked about the gun, and why I kind of fell in love. Not fell in love, but like, oh, bro, have an interest with firearms and guns and whatnot. So that's what we're gonna talk about today. Piqued my interest at 18 years old. Me, whenever I like something, I go straight to YouTube. It's modern, it's 2025. I go straight to YouTube, watch it, do Google searches, ask people to have them. Basically just getting all the information I can about whatever it is that I like before I jump into it. That's why it's like now when people see that I have one, it's like, oh, you know what? Guns it is, it brings back attention. So like I was saying, I did a lot of intensive research. I gotta stop doing that. I did a lot of research. It just took me a while to get the gun because I wasn't 21. I just didn't have the money for it. Looking back on it, I wasn't ready. And I'm like, that's why I believe everything happens for a reason. Because now I have everything in order, have all the information, a little mature than I was at 18, 19 years old. Can feel confident as far as like having a gun, like actually having a gun. Like there's one thing looking it up and watching people shoot their guns, but it's one thing to actually have it in your hand, going to the gun store, actually, you know, because it's like they're not gonna tell you what you should buy. It's like you're going, it's like a shoe store. I can't tell you what shoes you want. If you like basketball shoes or if you like Adidas, then that's what you like. I can't tell you which one to buy. I'm just gonna sell it to you. That's what the whole process of, you know, buying anything or buying a gun is. So yeah, it's not really like an in-depth reason. Everyone always says like, oh, the Second Amendment right, but you know, black, y'all. That's one reason. I'm about to say that's the surface level reason, but my reason is just like, yeah, like I said, I've gained a real interest for firearms and guns. I don't have any beefs or, you know, feuds with anybody. Don't buy a gun if you do. You know, you want to protect yourself. I feel like every young man do research about it. I'm not going to say everyone should have one because, you know, everyone doesn't have the same intentions as you or me. Definitely, I think everyone should just do their research about them so that they're not falling into conversations about the next part of the video that I want to talk about, where it's just they're saying things that they may have heard or that's may be true or may not be true. I keep getting sidetracked. Interest for it. I want to protect myself. Like I stated in the last video, I'm not the tallest, but I've been in that gym where I live. A lot of people have one. So it's one of those things where it's just like, well, I'm just not gonna go where those people are. You never know where you'll end up and who has a gun. And that's the thing, like you really don't ever know who has a gun unless they're YNs and they're just having a magazine hanging out their pocket or it's in their armpit. Real people that conceal carry, you'll never know that they'll have a gun. But let's kind of transition. Last thing I kind of want to talk about, brush up on, is kind of like the stigma of guns. Since the words "I want a gun" came out of my mouth, we're gonna talk about what's been the response to that. Why do you need a gun? Guns bring bad attention. The moment you get a gun, the higher your chances of getting shot. Right. Oh, you don't need a gun. You know about that life, Sally. Blah, 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 blah. All this shit that don't matter with the reasons and the intentions why I want a gun and why maybe you want a gun. You probably heard the same thing. Why is that the number one response is to, you know, when people say they want a firearm? It's like I said, people don't do the research. It's just like anything in life. We can take firearms out the conversation and just put in life. If I say I want to go outside and someone responds, why do you want to go outside? It's dangerous. I want to go outside because I want to learn. I want to see outside. What are you talking about? There's multiple different examples of that. Somebody wants to be a boxer. You want to be a boxer? Boxers get brain damage. Maybe I just want to learn how to train to, you know, use my hands in case I got to use my hands. That's like somebody saying, I want to be an airplane pilot. Why do you want to be a pilot? There's planes falling out the sky. That's just a possibility that comes with it. It just comes with that profession. So now going back to firearms and guns, why do I want one? Because maybe I like it and I know and I've done my research about it. Just because you haven't and you have a fear of guns, and that's what I'm basically, the answer is. People project their fears onto other people so that they can feel accepted and have somebody to relate to. And it sounds crazy as I'm laughing at it, because that's like, that happens just not with just this community, but just with so many other ones, where it's just like, you know, people, it's easy to be negative. It's easy to always look at stuff in a negative way because you're not using your brain. The moment people use their brain, it's like, oh, it's too much. I don't want to, well, I mean, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Like, I've done my research. I'm about to say, I've asked people, I watch YouTube videos. I'm about to say, I know what to do, what not to do. I'm about to say, there's still much more I can learn and want to learn. Back to, you know, the stigma is just like, why I feel like people have that, because they're afraid. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna say life is scary, guns are scary, guns do hurt or unalive people and whatnot, and the bad side of it. But that's, you know, there's always gonna be the good and the bad. If you're just focused on the bad, then yeah, I'll just say stay away, don't look at it, don't touch it. If you don't want to be around guns, cool, that's your preference, but don't project your fear onto somebody that may like it, is considering about liking it. Because people be like,
you wasn't raised in an environment that needs guns.
You do know, like, we're not the only demographic that has guns in America. Like, you do know that, right? No one's telling, you know, Caucasian people, oh, you wasn't raised in rural America in the cornfields. You was raised in the cornfields. Why do you have a gun? But my point is that people project their fears because they don't have the knowledge of what they're talking about. They're just saying the first thing that comes out their mouth, hoping that you agree with it. I'm gonna be the one to tell you, I'm not gonna agree with it. When it comes to this, my mind is already made up. I'm 22 years old. I still got a lot more maturing to do, but when it comes to this, I'm pretty made up. Like, I'm about to say, I done heard everything. And that's another thing. You don't have to be from this certain demographic you don't have to go through certain things in your life to want to do new things. You don't have to have the worst life to be a rapper. Like, there's actually rappers that had good lives. They just like to rap. There's singers that had, you know, good lives. You see what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to go through certain just to go through this or want to experience new things. I hope what I'm saying makes sense, and y'all, I'm just not rambling because I'm about to wrap this video up. Sorry if I'm laughing, but it's just like, it's a conversation that, you know, I'll probably need somebody else to, you know, have with on the channel maybe one day and just talk about, get their perspective, or you can share your perspective in the comments and whatnot. But that's just my take on it. It's just that people project their fears onto other people. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'm about to say, hit the like button. I'm about to say, if you're new here, please subscribe. I'm about to say, I'm changing the content around. This is the second video relating to firearms and guns. So if you like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. I like all the good and the bad comments. Like the video, share it. Like I said, if you're new, man, just subscribe. We got a lot more content coming on the way. We got some barber content. I'm about to say, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. We're gonna intermingle the two, and we're gonna go from there, man. Hope y'all like the video, and until next time, peace. Y'all don't be seeing it, but I just be making sure everything is right, because last time, I was looking like my face was puffy off the wake up, but that's why I be doing these videos in the mornings. I can just get out the way. I'm just yapping. I need a haircut. Oh my God, should I put a hat on?